Hello everyone. In this episode, we'll take a look at React lifecycle methods and how we can use the lifecycle methods to create a clock tick. So let's start with building our clock. To start with, what we need to define is initial value of date. This we are going to do by making use of new date, grab the date object, grab the hours, minutes and seconds, and minutes. And then based on these hours, minutes and seconds, we'll just pass these values to the hash. So now when a new object is created, it is going to grab the date, grab the hours, minutes and seconds and set it to the state of this particular object. We can take a look at this by just displaying the state dynamically. You can see over here it is displaying 17, 31 and 32, which is the current system time on my machine. Next thing what we want to do is display this in proper format, this date in proper format. So we'll just say state hours the minutes and the seconds. Great. So now we have the initial states being set by this lifecycle method called as get initial state, and render is accessing the state to display the hours, minutes and seconds. After this, the next thing that we want to do is define a handler which is going to dynamically update these values per second. For this, we are going to define an interval method. So to start with, let's define a method which is going to dynamically update the values of the state. Let's call this clock tick. This is going to have the same implementation you're seeing over here, which is going to grab the date. The only thing that it is going to do is call this dot set state, which is an internal method to set the state of an object dynamically. So whenever clock tick is called, it is going to update the state, which is in turn going to call the render method. So for defining our interval, we are going to make use of another lifecycle method which is called as component did mount. So after a particular element, after a React component is rendered, the method called as component did mount is going to be called. In this method, we can define the set interval that we want to do and say call this dot clock tick after every second. With that we are set. Let's take a look. Something is wrong. It's a bit hard right now to find errors in React because React doesn't have proper okay. Mechanism. So React doesn't have a proper mechanism for reporting errors. All's good. We need to fix this method. Yep. So set interval took the value of this clock tick, which is updating the value, updating the state of this particular component every second. Whenever the state is being changed, render is automatically being called by React, and the changes in the time of this uh, time of the system are being displayed as output. That's it for this episode. Thank you for watching.